Good morning. Good morning. Hi. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. So let's do it how we do on the Discovery Channel. Here we go now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Shout out for human nature. Good morning. This is Nix. How are you? I hope everyone did enjoy Cinco de Mayo and you did do your blessings. For those who have gone way too early, way too soon, or for those who have just passed over, right? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I don't have coffee this morning. I don't even have tea. What I wanted this morning was a cold drink. The drink that I picked was my Coca Cola. I needed a bit of cold drink and a little bit of caffeine, just a little bit, just a smidge. Yesterday, I spent the day drinking my pretty juice, water, and coconut water. I am definitely loaded with potassium and electrolytes. Thank you very much. For those who would like to be more into the brain health, fatty acids do help. You can take them per supplement. You can also eat sardines. You can eat artichokes. You can eat anchovies. You can also eat bananas. Plain potato chips with no salt actually have some potassium in them. Besides that, watermelon, the closer you get to the rind, the more potassium you'll be getting. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, the coconut water. Definitely loaded with potassium, but you do have to be mindful. You can overdo some things. You don't want to overdo things like magnesium. They will cause problems in your health. You don't want to overdo things like iron. It will be hard as hell for you to get your poop out. You'll start doing the same thing that ducks do. Green poops. Green poops will be for you, okay? So remember to do the things that you like in a happy medium, and remember, anything done in an extremity is way too much and it can cause problems. Remember, stay away from the extremes. So let's go, because I got my head cover on temporarily right now because we need to get into this. I got to carefully navigate you through some things. All right, all right, all right. Happy Wednesday. I don't know if your recycling day is today. If you do have it, put it out. Remember to pre-rinse some of the containers because those guys have to like sort them into bins. And if you want to keep the greenhouse gases down, we can do that by doing our little part. And the ethanol gases that comes from throwing the food away into the landfills is the reason for global warming. So I don't know if you needed to know this. It's best if you can separate all edible food, either give it to the animals. You can put it down the garbage disposal. You can use it for compost, or you could freeze it. You could freeze it and, garble it up, freeze it, and throw it out. There's always some kind of animal coming by who would love to eat something and not be in your trash can taking things out. And plus, that would help you keep the smell out of your house and out of your trash can. The less you put trash and food together, the better. The better for everybody involved, okay? So there's that. There's that. How are we feeling today? I'm feeling pretty good, feeling pretty inspired. I've gotten so much education about myself over the last few days, just trying to figure out what made everybody so bold? What made everybody come after me and feel as though there would be no repercussion? And I'm not talking about from God because I always know God got my back, but I'm talking about man. I wondered what had made man so bold to me. And when I went down the memory lane, I grabbed onto a few facts. So stick with me. Let's go in. I'm not going to go thoroughly in yet because I haven't gotten enough flowers for that. But we'll ease into it. Yep, much like life needs to be eased into. Let's go. So since they use 67 as demon time, I'm going to reclaim that for us good people. who like to actually deal with the Lord in every single way. And we don't like to be limited when you try to put demonic attachments on a thing. So I'm going to reclaim 6 7. 6 7 is in the Psalms, okay? We're going to do it. God be merciful unto us and bless us and cause his face to shine upon us. Selah. That thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously and govern the nations upon all earth. Selah. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. All right, amen. This part in the Bible is draw nigh and redeem my soul. So you have to draw closer to God when things become very inexplainable. When you're trying to figure out what is going on around you and everyone turns their back because they refuse to speak peace with you, because the enemy has already came in and taken up the stage. Unbeknownst to you, everyone was already instructed to turn their backs. Now, a lot of times you want to go in and you want to be upset with people because why did you go in with this counsel so easily? And at first, initially, I was jarred because this was extreme. And the reason why it was very extreme was because I realized the person who really was trying to control the ebb and the flow of information had gotten extremely offended by the fact that the attempts at control over decades had not taken. And it was under a bit of duress because it never quite got to the point where it needed to go for this specific individual. So, in order to extend an arm of illusional power, they decided to put in some damage control, some control mechanism. However, the control mechanism that was put in was word and confusion. But the thing is, when you start with these words and confusion, when you start the act of manipulation, you have to continue and you have to be consistent with manipulation. However, you still need to know that when manipulation does come on the other side, you have to take it with the same amount of weight that you did put it out there. However, me myself, I'd never been taught to manipulate. However, when you are being manipulated by a manipulator, they can't teach you to manipulate. However, by default, because a lot of children do not learn by what you say, they learn by what you do. Manipulation was absorbed at some point, be as though you're front center to it. So you get to understanding it in a certain way when it's done to you so consistently. So when I got a chance to separate for a good amount of time back in, I'm going to say 2017, 2018, when I got a good chance to separate, the effort was built up even more and ramped up even more because there was a situation in where I wasn't going to be under the scope of any damage control. So some other mechanisms were put in place to continue to keep the illusions hidden from me whilst building a perpetual case. And I got that saying from someone who used to call my phone and try to harass me about a situation that shouldn't have been taking place. She would say, I'm going to build my case, sis. I'm building a case, sis. I'm building a case. And I said, how can you be building a case when legally you're not supposed to be in that place? How could you be building a case? And then I realized that this was not this person's dialogue. This person, whoever was coaching this person, used this dialogue of building a case because, in fact, the case was being built on me. So, when I started to delve back and forth into the information, I realized that there were quite a few things that were done preliminary to make this case seem this way. So now, coming forward, I get it. I freaking get it. Now, I don't forgive because a lot of you shouldn't have been that impressionable. You got a lot of you should have like bared your own witness, came and, a lot of you should have talked. A lot of you, and I was very upset when I found out that a lot of people that were offering me to go to church, who were inviting me to go to their church, were inviting me to go to their church in order to keep mental control over me. They were trying to keep me under the indoctrination so that I can feel that majority of church people meant me no harm, when in reality it was the opposite. For the most part, in my experience, most of the church people that I did encounter meant me extreme harm. They meant me harm to the point where I was a tithe. I was supposed to be in someone's building fund by now. Someone was supposed to be spending my energy, my resources, my life, my time, my something. And I was not supposed to be able to say anything about it because it was deemed that I was supposed to be under control, and someone had planted a seed that I was supposed to have been an invalid. However, my records at Lyndhurst Elementary would have deemed something wrong with whoever was seeding this information into the place, because I've been recognized mentally for quite some time. It's Lyndhurst is a STEM school, and I remember them putting the headphones on me and telling me to lift my hand, or actually asking me to predict when something was going to show up. Afterwards, they would give me no results. They would close up everything and leave. Right. So that there, I kind of knew, right? So there were things that happened, and a lot of things, unfortunately, never got addressed, but they kept happening. So I realized that that was the conditioning. Some of us may realize that we have been conditioned in such a way as to where things can happen to you and you're not supposed to say anything. You're supposed to figure out how to self-soothe while still depending on the people who are making you self-soothe. So there's that. So let's get on with it, because I don't want to keep going down this, because I'm going to start saying some stuff and it's going to get real uncomfortable, not on this side but on that side. And I still have the people upset that they weren't able to exert the amount of control that they needed to get over me, right, to control my narrative. Excuse me, karma. So maybe I am going in the right direction. Let's keep going. So I got my pink tarot deck, so don't mind me if I keep talking. As a matter of fact, I did do some homework last night. Let me go and get my notes. I do have some homework. As a matter of fact, before I go and walk and get my notes, I'm going to leave this with you. Someone who wasn't all that Muslim in the first place, they found themselves sat down for a time because they weren't good at being a criminal. However, they kept trying. They even left the metropolitan to go into a slower place and still wasn't able to trick even the country bumpkin. So this person has been a lame from the city to the country and back to the city. And because they've never been quite good at doing breaking the law as they'd like to believe. They're going back to Sunni Town. They're going back to the Kufis. All right. The Brotherhood would do well to sit this one down and not share any more secrets, any more talk, any more chat with this person. This person is a fool. He's a fool to the scammers. This dude is a fool to whatever system y'all had that y'all invited him into. He might even be taking a few of you down because this is a coward. I mean, this is a coward. Why would you go so hard at a female that's 9 years younger than you? Yeah. And you'll always be a disappointment to the mom if she doesn't approve of herself. She'll never approve of any of her crotch fruit. And you being the first thing she couldn't go to the club with means that you were the first problem. So, using each one after that to counsel out each one would have been no issue. However, you have to earn your keep in this life. So, if you're not willing to pay for this woman's soft life, if you can't fit in the visa, she's looking at you sideways, okay? So this is a person that says Nordstrom's is my husband. So you get it, right? You get it. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I'll be back because this is going to be this person's co-defendant on the way back to Sunni Town. I'm back. Whew. So I had to get it because I'm always writing something. So triple nines, triple nines, triple nines. Whew. Turn that in the reverse. That's 666. That's triple nine, 666. If you know, you know, right? So I came up with a timeline on certain things after these people lost control. 2018. And I get it. It was from the gatehouse. It was from the gatehouse when Dion was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I had him, and I said, dang, I remember it was weird because the way Dion have him is the way Dion be having him. And the way Dion be having him ain't the way to be having him. So it was like, whoo. Trying to get me locked up because you be out here playing prison with these bitches. Dion said they pay higher when you hit it with the strap. Back to the bay on the bridge, the warden wants to teach not all the ropes. Not the G-spot and a oil change. You used to didn't ask for it, but you learned the ancient secrets of 7 deadly sins. So there used to be a rehab in the back of the state building. There used to be a rehab in what it was like. It was a lot of buildings set in a semicircle, right? And it used to be a rehab back in the woods back in the day. So there was government services, and it was a lot of land left to a bunch of people who had developmental disabilities. However, over 100 years passed, and they had to go, but they had administrative buildings. And the thing about it was, I think a lot of the administrative buildings had a little bit of paranormal activity going on in it, and I also think that it had a lot of other activity going on in it that a lot of the employees didn't want people to see. I think a lot of people made babies while they were supposed to be at work over the weekend. That's why a lot of y'all was packing the bags over the weekend, because not only was y'all out there working overtime, y'all was working overtime. Y'all was working each other over and making time and making money during the time. And this is why when I finally joined the place and everybody was up there doing hair and cooking and stuff and that on top of working. So I was like, shoot, I can make a little side money while I make them a little side money while I make a little side money. And I was making a lot of money. So when you seen that I had an opportunity to make a lot of money and do private duties at the same time, I was like gearing up. But when you seen that you couldn't put a battery in my back and actually get a chance get hooked into my bank account, she was like, oh no, I gotta find this woman a man. I gotta find her a man, because if I don't find her a man and slow her down, she gonna do better than I can. Honestly, I think I wasn't even supposed to have no kids, but because of the coaxing, because of peer pressure, I ended up having children. I didn't know that them children that I was having weren't even supposed to be for me. Them children was a daggone remote control for me. That was actually the game. They was playing Pac-Man with me, man. That was playing Pac with me. They was trying to eat me up. And I don't even like titty jakes. So, we're going to start right here from, I see Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Aquarius, Virgo, and Libra. I know all these people, but I digress. Anyway, so we're going to start from Libra, because they never make a decision. However, they never balance the scales, but the scales are for them. Okay, so we got the Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, ambitious, action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs. There's no numbers out here. I just wanted to let you know that. And then is the Queen of Swords, unbiased judgment, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and perceptive. Now, these cards as it pertains to Libra right now. See, someone's trying to manifest a financial opportunity, and they have a lot of skills and they desire a lot of things, right? But keep in mind, this is air. This is Capricorn and Aquarius on this card, which is Knight of Swords, ambitious and action-oriented, driven to succeed, fast thinking, defending beliefs. So someone is out here with a blowhorn, and they are trying to double down on whatever they've been saying. They've been saying it all the time because they need you to believe them. They need to come in a white horse, and they need people to believe everything that they're saying, because they have something that they desire. They're trying to manifest a certain outcome. However, there's a Queen of Swords that has unbiased judgment, and she's very independent, very clear boundaries, direct communication, clear-minded, and knows their perception. So, like I said, we have this Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and this Queen of Swords. You see no numbers out here, right? Sun, Moon, Rising. Right now, this is all that's happening right now. Everybody's trying to stake their claim. Everybody's trying to say what they want. Everybody's trying to manifest either some money, or they're trying to manifest a different outcome. However, there is something in the works. Someone is actually cutting through the perception. Water, air, everything's getting cleared up. Someone's coming through with the straightening. I'm sorry. There's the Queen of Swords, like I said. This one is coming through and clearing up the perception. So if a lot of people are trying to be swayed one way or another, the best way is to provide the facts. If the truth is presented, people can go somewhere from there. Now, if everybody has been flailing around on things that are less than fact, then that is the reason why everything is still sitting in confusion. Once people start to grasp the truth, they will be able to make a better decision going forward. So this is in Libra. Remember, we've got the Page of Pentacles. We have manifestation. Everyone's trying to manifest an outcome. Didn't say it was wrong. Didn't say it was right. What I said was everybody is trying to manifest an outcome. Then we have the Knight of Swords trying to cut through with his own communication, trying to lay down what they believe is what happened. Then we have the Queen of Swords, who's coming through with unbiased judgment, and she's going to tell the truth no matter what. The truth needs to be presented when everybody has already sat there and tasted on the lies. All right, here we go. Let's go. Scorpio, let's go. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it pushing because the truth always prevails. It does. I mean, as comfortable as people would like to be with the lie, the truth just has to shake through, shake through, shake through. Good morning to you. Happy birthday to those who are having a birthday. Condolences to those who are having a loss. And congratulations to those who are definitely coming into fruition with a proposal or a new baby or anything like that. And if you got a new promotion or a new position or a new job, that is good to you too. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. How are we this morning? Remember, don't forget that recycling, it needs to go out. Don't forget the spring cleaning. I've been drinking Pretty Juice. Have you? I've been drinking it. That's the purple cabbage. That's the ginger. That's the pineapple. That's the two green Granny Smith apples. And I put a little bit of turmeric. You can put what you want. And don't forget that little bit of salt. All right, just a little bit, because we just want to suppress the bitterness. We just ain't trying to be salty. Remember Morton? I think they're going out of style. I think they're going out of business now. Oh shucks, I started out with triple nines. If this is a nine, I'm going to be done. No, it's 997 though. Close enough. So we started off when I said my little notes, it was triple nine, right? I did say that. I'll repeat it again in case anyone that just came in didn't get it. So let me start off again. So we have the 9 of Pentacles, then we have the 9 of Wands, then we have the 7 of Wands. So that's 997. I don't know who has that number. I know there are 1-800 numbers that have 997 in it, but I'm thinking 997, that looks familiar. That's somebody's bill number or something. 997, somebody's number. Somebody has to call a 1-800-997 or something like that. Someone's been calling a 1-800 number that has 997 in it or something like that. Or someone, New York or something else. It's something. 997. Put in the chat if you got something, okay? So I got 9 of Pentacles, fruits of labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. This is the Scorpio reading. We got Virgo, Sagittarius, and Leo. And then we've got another 9, which is 9 of Wands, which is courage, persistent, test of faith, resilience, boundaries, last stand, gearing up for worse, pessimism, weary. This looks like a battle-worn warrior. This is the wounded warrior, okay? And then we've got the 7 of Wands here. The 7 of Wands is challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. Okay, so this is a Scorpio reading. So keep in mind, this can be a Libra, Scorpio cusp. Keep in mind, it doesn't have to be. But we've got 99 here, 997. And yeah, this is either bill collectors or this is something in New York. Something to have would do. Oh, shit, New Jersey. Sheesh, I didn't think about that. New Jersey Turnpike, something like that. Okay, so we got New York. We got New Jersey, 997. I don't know whose thing starts with 7, but 997 is either a bill collector, a bill agency, or it's New York 997. So what we have is someone's trying to is someone has fruits of labor. Someone has gotten fruit. Someone has gotten somewhere, and they've done it before, but now it's a challenge. Someone used to do something, and before they ended up like this. Someone always used to get results. Someone got results. They were getting fruits of the labors, okay? So it's not like somebody didn't get anything from what they were doing. But the thing about it is they've been doing it a lot, and now things have changed. So now they're gearing up. I think someone is coming, their reign is coming to an end. The buck is about to stop here, and it's a challenge, and they're trying to do some damage control because it's going to be a hard blow. They're trying to soften the blow in some type of way. So in Scorpio, take what resonates. Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo, Sagittarius, Leo. In Scorpio, take what resonates. Someone's trying to soften the blow. They've been living the high life or the soft life for however long, and they're gearing up because they're starting to see things change. They're starting to see signs and synchronicities of things starting to slow down and change, and they're gearing up for the worst possible outcome. So someone's basically trying to run around and do some type of damage control. I don't know if that is moving around money, moving, cutting back, dialing down, discounts. I have no idea. Having conversations, putting things in place. I have no idea. But someone's definitely trying to do some damage control. Take what resonates. They're dialing 1-800 numbers, and they're definitely going back and forth. They're traveling. There has something to do with New York, New Jersey, definitely. But there is communication between the two. Like I said, our metropolitans are mirroring each other, but each one has like a different scale of something going on. New York is really huge, so you have no idea, and New Jersey is turning out to be something of a different type of an animal. It's somewhere in between things. So I'm thinking that New Jersey was a conduit for whatever this is with this 997. The 7 makes me think of the turnpike. I'm not sure. Something's hooked in here. If it was 979, I'd be sure it was New York. But it says 997. So it's either bills or travel via. So we've got a couple of states coming from the East Coast going up. And I'm going to say New York, New Jersey, and the DMV, because everybody seems to put that in one state. It's like they're trying to turn that into one complete state, and then we'll not have 23. No, now we won't have 50 states. We'll have 47. Really? I'm sorry, but that just is that the Delmarva redistricting thing? Eh, I don't need it. Sometimes my brain thinks a little macro, not micro. So it's like it's covering something else. I'm not sure. Somebody who's in charge of whatever the ley lines redistricting or something, they're in my energy. And it's like they're trying to change the state lines or something. I didn't tell you come over here. Anyway. Okay, Sagittarius, how you doing? So someone has political ambitions, and whatever they're doing on a small scale, it's never going to be hidden. It's never going to be hidden because you did too many things on a big scale in a small position. So you can never be trusted once you get up there because of your ambitions. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to leave that there. Sometimes your ambition can be the very reason why people don't want you to be in certain spots. I can attest to that on the positive side, but this one I'm talking about is on the negative side. See, once people see you do certain things in a certain position, I don't think it's safe to let you get to other places. All right, just letting you know that. Okay, so just in case you think you're going there, maybe you're not. Okay, so Sagittarius, here we go. So we have a 10 of cups in betwixt the things, right? We have a 10 of cups and we have a 7 of pentacles. Divine harmony, bliss, relationships, alignment, inner happiness, something. And then we have the long-term view, hard work, perseverance, diligence, sustainable results, investment. So somebody is invested in a wish fulfillment and they're invested for the long haul. This is their wish. This is what they want. Let's see what happens here. Sagittarius. They got that 9 again. Got that 9 again. Not that 7. And I just shuffled. I'm going to put it back. I'm going to reshuffle. Because wasn't that weird? The same exact 3 cards came out and I did shuffle. Now we got a 6. I'll take it. and a 6. The hell? And a 2. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you this. Numbers, when they start looking the same, it's weird. It's creepy, right? So, I told you I didn't want that 99 earlier, right? So, now I got a 662. And if you look at 2 a little fast and upside down, you could picture it as a 7, but it's not. And some people, when it deals with numbers, they will turn a 2 into a 7. That's for the ones who know. Okay, so we got a 662. 662. I know you heard that. The Addams family. Thing 1, thing 2, no, just thing. Okay, so someone has the hand. Someone wants to be the unseen hand. Remember the Addams family? The Addams family. So that was one of our favorite occultist families. They were supposed to be so funny and quirky that they were supposed to be very disarming so that you can actually appreciate when you see a dark, quirky family around. Great, right? It was great for American culture because it allowed the weirdos to move in at the end of the block, and you try your best to leave them alone and find a happy medium, right? You don't want to worry about the missing pets that are in the neighborhood. You don't want to really worried about the missing kids because it would be kind of prejudice to always assume that the weird people on the block are the reason why people are disappearing, even though it makes perfect sense, right? They would have got away with it if it wasn't for me being so damn childish. Right. So we've got the transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. Someone's trying to move into calmer waters because, like I said, the unseen hand. Someone wants to be the unseen hand. They want to manipulate things. They want to put things in place, but they don't want to be seen. The same thing as thing. Remember how they did that? I don't know. It was amazing how they did the technique as far as just getting that hand from place to place with no one seeing the body. Somebody go on and put some claps in the daggone chat because I'm doing real good right now. I feel real good about this because there's been an unseen hand for quite some time, and it's good because I didn't even see it. I'm telling you, the work was so damn airtight. I was almost convinced, like shit. Had it not been about me, I would have been convinced it was me. Cause shit, this is some good fucking. Hold up. I was about to say like this is a good show. Hold up. This shit about me. Let's fight. But then I had to realize that's what they wanted me to do. They were rage baiting me so that they could get furthermore hand in control. Because the more they were making me lose control, because guess what? I did not know that I was being goaded the whole entire time. It was never meant for me to come out and be smart or be seen or anything like that. I was definitely supposed to be trafficked all my life, whether I knew it or not. And there was a hand, an unseen hand, trying to orchestrate all of that. Crazy. Had I not seen it in something that was supposed to have been my own handwriting, I wouldn't have believed it myself. But when I saw it, I was like, whose number is this? I've never dialed this number before. And I was supposed to have used that number. And I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. This is supposed to be reserved for like the X-Files and stuff like that and American Horror Story or whatever. But guess now Baltimore has one. Let's keep going. So 6, the second 6 over here is public recognition, victory, progress, and self-confidence. So someone wants to sail to calmer waters why someone else is getting recognized. Because the more this person gets recognized, the less calmer the waters will be. So they need to get as far away as possible. So somebody's on the run. While someone's got to make the hard decision, someone needs to know that if you've never been to Switzerland before, it's very hard to enact Switzerland if you've never been to Switzerland before. And if you haven't been Switzerland up until the time where you claim Switzerland, then you wouldn't exactly know exactly how to be cold or how to replicate the snow or the weather that's over there in Switzerland. So, you are not the K or the Swiss. Don't let that go over your head. Oh, God, I'm on one. So 662 Sagittarius, you are not the unseen hand, okay? Someone does see you. Green screen does exist. People are able to figure out how people do magic tricks all the time. So someone needs to know in Sagittarius with the Aquarius, Libra, and Leo, take what resonates, Sun, Moon, Rising. Someone needs to contemplate, even the person in public recognition, they might be going on to calmer, clearer waters. Excuse me, only because this requires balance. So sometimes for balance, you need space. You need to go onto clear waters. Someone getting public recognition, victory, and progress, and the difficult decisions, weighing on options and avoiding on a deadlock. So someone has to basically make decisions because the decision has already been made for them. They're just going to have to decide whether to accept it or not. All right, so take what resonates. And the boom. 662. Remember, the first numbers we had were 997. And then this is 662. Pay attention to the synchronicities because we are being talked to. So yeah, let me go over that again for the ones who just came in or don't know exactly what I'm talking about. Triple nines is what I started off with. And remember, the first reading was 997. This second one is 662. We started off in Libra. Triple nines, that can be a person, a place, or a thing. In my case, it's a place. Trying to get me locked up because you be out here playing prison with these bitches. Dion said they pay higher when you hit it with the strap. Back to the bay on the bridge, the warden wants to teach. Not all the ropes, not the G spot in an oil change. You used to didn't ask for it, but you learned the ancient secrets of the 7 deadly sins. So I had to put together who knew each other from where to where to where to where to where to where to where. And all of it connects very good, very good. And the reason why I seen where it connects very good is because we all worked in the same facility at a certain time, and it appears as my positions change and my pay raise change, the efforts got greater as my positions changed, and the less I wanted to stay in that type of service, the more I was pursued. So there's a lot to that. The star, we're going off the Capricorn. The star, which is Aquarius, and the 5 of Pentacles, that is Taurus. And that 17, that's the one with the boobs out. She's at the lake. Boom, she's a star. And then we've got the one with the people out. Somebody's got crutches and someone's got tattered clothing and they're out in the cold. So the star, hope, calm, faith, purpose, renewal, spirituality, good fortune, fortune, good omen, rejuvenation. So there's a star in the midst who is getting good karma and rejuvenation, while someone is left out in the cold. They have financial loss, lack mindset, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity. Take what resonates. Sun, moon, rising. We have Aquarius and Taurus right here. This is a 17 and a 5. 17 plus 5. I'm sorry. That's 22, and that is the 4. That is the ancestors, and that's also root chakra. That's also foundations. That's also childhood memories. That's also back in the day. So yeah, This is what's happening. This is what's happening. That the ending number was 22. 2 plus 2 is a 4. So we're going back to the childhood. So all the way from way back when, all the way back when you were on the playground doing jumping jacks, you've been a star and everyone has been attempting to leave you out in the cold. This is what I got. This is what I'm seeing. 17 and the 5. This is what I got. This is what I'm getting. Let's go on over to Capricorn. Let's go. Capricorn, 10 of Pentacles, 12 and a 1. 10, 12, 1. 1, 0, 1, 2, 1. That's been coming out like that. That 120 has been coming out in each and every way. So there's a trine here and there's a trine there. You see it? There's a trine there. That's also Neptune. Neptune, water, marine spirits, that sort of thing, water energy. There are dark spirits in the water. There are light spirits in the water. You could be a mermaid. You could be a sea urchin. You could be something great. You could be a daggone sea horse. You could be great. But you also could be a daggone siren. You could be something that's going to drag you down to the ends of the daggone seas and drown you. You could be one of those screeching things. You could be one of those harpies. You could be a killer octopus lady like in Little Mermaid. You could be all of those things, but this is what it's saying when you got that trine, which means you're fluid in emotions, which means that you can hide in your emotions as well as hide in other people's emotions, as well as be stuck in your emotions, which means that you could be really butthurt and you can hide it very, very well. The problem is when you hide that sort of thing very well, someone always ends up butthurt because they don't know what type of emotions you're manipulating. So, this in Capricorn, wealth, financial security, family, long-term contribution. Then we've got the Hanged Man, pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, release. Then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, abundance, manifestation, opportunity, new career, financial opportunity, new venture, prosperity. So in Capricorn, someone is definitely going toward financial security and they're getting success. They're finally getting a chance to relax. They're finally getting the status they need to relax. So now they're surrendering things that no longer serve them in exchange for abundance and opportunities. So this is letting go. Sometimes you have to pause, give yourself a clap, and go forward and know that you can never return back to the things that you used to have before. 10 plus 12 is 22, plus 1, that's 23, and that would make that the change. Someone is definitely getting a change of life, change of environment, change of family, change of status. This person is going up. This person does not have any bad karma. They are going towards their future free of anything that would have held them back in the past. Here it is, 10 of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, and the Ace. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. To all the karmics that are here, have the day you deserve. And I mean it. Lord, please ask anyone who is speaking ill will, speaking anything, cast an evil eye on me. Let them be blinded, let their mouth be dried out, and let their ears be blocked. I do not want to help anyone who's trying to hurt me. All right, Aquarius, 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 how are you? And we've only got a 2 out here, and that's good because it's equal give and take, but it came out on a priestess. School's out for summer. Hey, school's out for Summer. Hey, somebody's learned their lesson. So, school is definitely about to be out very soon. Are you ready for these kids and their summer stomachs and whatever they're going to come up with? Be aware of people who are not aware of the weather. If you see someone in a puff coat in 80-degree weather, they might be up to something scandalous. If you see somebody out here with a poo shiesty hood on and it's 90-degree weather, you might want to hold on and turn off your NFC settings on your phone. They're doing that bump and steal your shit, sis. And I'm just trying to warn you. They're doing that bump and steal your stuff, bro. And I'm just trying to warn you. If you're running around with your NFCs on and you're nowhere where you're about to go and tap, I suggest you turn that setting off until you get there. I'd rather be embarrassed in the line for a few extra seconds pushing my phone and making sure my money is there than rather rushing so that I can look like I make smooth transactions and I get my ass robbed blind. So, don't forget, turn off those NFCs if you don't need them at the moment. And lock your card per purchase. I don't give a damn what nobody says. Oh, shorty, you gotta check your card every time you. That's because y'all scammers and y'all steal. It's not about me being broke. It's about you trying to gaslight me so that you can rob me. Thank you. That was a little commercial break. TED Talk. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Look, the high priestess too. So the high priestess, intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine feminine trust, yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals. Okay, this is Aquarius, and I didn't tell you that I was a trine sign. Yeah. So this is Aquarius, and the two. This is the high priestess. She has a good head on her shoulders. I'll say it again. She has a good head on her shoulders. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. And she is manifesting. He is manifesting. We are manifesting financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, and diligence. All right. And then we're going to go on to this King of Wands, Sun, Moon, Rising. Take what resonates. There is no gender in tarot unless you know exactly who we talking about. And then you can take what resonates. And that means you're a natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture leader, overcoming challenges, mature, career focused. And here's the thing about this. When you're a man and you do this, you're expected to do this. But the problem is you're not going to be expected. A lot of people hold you to this when you're a man, right? And what they don't understand is that is the bare minimum when all you think you're supposed to do is lead, okay? You also have to be able to follow, because how can you tell someone to lead if you are not able to follow? You see how that works? Bam. But I'm going to say on the female side, when she is also the King of Wands, a lot of people don't respect her because they're like, why is she trying to be the man? Why is she trying to be the man? Well, she's not really trying to be the man, but she's forced to be if there is no man available to play the part for her. Don't get upset with her. Either come in and play the part or shut the hell up. Anyway, so back to the high priestess. She knows her part. She knows when she has to play both parts, and she's so very happy to go back and play one part if there happens to be an available partner who's going to pull their own weight. Now, don't ask her to move out of the way if you can't take up your damn torch, okay? Don't ask me to lead and we ain't going no damn where, because I'm going to ask you to leave. You see how that D turned into a VE? Interchangeable. If you can't LEAD, you will be asked to LEAVE. And I like that change from the D to the VE. Thank you again. All right. So, like I said, this was the only number, and that is balancing polarities, which is what I just talked about. You have to balance out your masculine and your feminine, okay? And for a man, when you're balancing out your masculine and feminine, we're not saying that you got to turn into a punk, whatever what you subscribe to. What we're saying is, as quick as you are to ask someone to lead you, be willing to follow someone else's lead, because it can make you appear more manly, that you can interchangeably do these things. All right. All right. Don't hurt yourself now. Don't go out there being phony. If that ain't for you, don't do it. All right. All right. Okay. So now we're going to go over to Pisces. We started off in Libra, so that means we're going to end off in Virgo, okay? So now we're in Pisces and the Wheel of Fortune is turning, okay? And 10, 10, 12. I told you that 120 keeps coming out in every single form. So now we've got 10, 10, 12. And this is in Pisces. So someone is trying to manifest. Someone is blowing. Somebody, I hope your breath don't stink. Somebody's like, hope her card says something good. Hope her card say something good. Because if they don't say something good, I'm going to tell them motherfucker she crazy. Fortunately and unfortunately for you, my cards are going to tell the truth. They're going to tell if you're crazy too. Blinks. So, 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs, unpredictable. So, as we see, the wheel is turning and it's unpredictable. You never know what part of the wheel you're going to turn out on, right? Looks pretty good. And we've got Jupiter out here. All right, so let's keep going. So now we've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is financial wealth, security, family, long-term success, contribution, take what resonates, sun, moon, rising. So we've got Jupiter in Pisces with Virgo, and that seems good right now. So far, we're at a 20, which is a 2, and that's great. So now we're going to go over to 12, which is the Hangman. Now we've got the Hangman. This is in Pisces, remember? So now we're at 32, which is a 5. So this is about to change. Oh, shucks. So we've got the Hanged Man, pause, surrendered, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. Oh. Excuse me. So let me tell you how my life got turned flip upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, and I'm gonna tell you about the time I became Prince of Bel Air. Dun, 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 dun. We not talking about the back then Prince of Bel Air. We talking about the new Prince of Bel Air with all that violence and all of that craziness. So, somebody's life is about to flip upside down. So, someone, unfortunately, they were on the good side of the Wheel of Fortune. They were doing good. Jupiter retrograde kind of started. I think that's when it started. Jupiter retrograde happened between March and April. There were two retrogrades happening. There was a Mercury retrograde and a Jupiter retrograde. So they all kind of blended, much like how you do in a blender when you blend in a cake. All that kind of got blended in, and now we're at a different outcome now. So somebody did start off and they had good luck, karma, life cycles, everything was good. So now the ups and downs and things got a little bit unpredictable back then. So now we've got the 10 with the wealth and the financial security, long-term success, contribution, and that's what it looked like. It looked really good. I'm telling you, when you get these first two cards, you're like, yeah, I'm in the money. I'm good. I'm running to Boston. I'm running to Boston. For anybody who knows what running a Boston is, that's when you play spades and you get 10 books, which means someone, if they overbid, they renege, right? And they lose. And if everybody bid just right, then you got their books and they got their books. But if you got 10, you've run a Boston. So someone was trying to run a Boston and they were pretty good. They were doing really good until 12 happened. 12 could be 6 or 3. 3, which was March. Whatever happened, it happened in March. It started in March. The Hangman happened. So something got snagged. Someone got snagged. Something came out. Something shook. And it messed up the foundation of whatever it was. And now we're dealing with Enlightenment, viewing things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. So someone's got to deal with the change, and they're going to have to get ready to release because something happened. And yeah, like I got 10, 10 plus 12, that's 32, and that is change. So things are definitely drastically changing right here and now. It started back in March, the dissembling or whatever it was, the unraveling, and here we are now, and I think this is going to go all the way through. All right, so let's get over here to Aries. Shout out to you newscasters. I think I'm headed there. I like getting this news and going back to whatever emotion I felt like looking at. All right, so let's get this over with and out. So we've only got one number here, and the one number is 6. And the other cards are here we are. We're going to deal with Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. This is what we have here. This is what's now. And we're dealing with Aries. This is the Aries reading. We're dealing with nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. Then we've got the Knight of Pentacles, hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, and responsibility. Then we've got the 6, which represents the lovers. And that is the only number that is out here. Everything else has been major arcana. We have love, harmony, relationships, union, partnership, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. So Aries is usually emperor energy, which means someone is definitely taking charge of things. They're trying to take the helm and they're going to come forward. However, we're going to go through the cards. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Take what resonates. Sun, moon, rising. Someone is definitely very practical. They're nurturing. They are ready for a family. Someone is definitely operating in both masculine and feminine, and they are very interchangeable, which is good for a functioning relationship. The Knight of Pentacles in this situation, hard work, productivity. This is also male and feminine. This is very good balance. Someone has also learned to deal with their shadow side while still having a light side. They do know that it is work and they are able to catch themselves. Okay, they are able to catch themselves before they fall. That is wonderful. And this is the Aries energy. This is the Aries reading. Take what resonates. Love, harmony, relationships, union, partnership, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. So someone is definitely ready for Relationship Island. Someone is definitely ready for Love Island. They are ready to take on Solomon's helm. All right. We've definitely got some marriage material re-entering the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, the dating pool is finally hitting the filtration button. Congratulations. The 4B movement did help a lot of men as much as it helped a lot of women. For if we kept giving them access, they would have not gotten lonely enough to do some shadow work. We're not out of the dark yet, but we are going forward. All right. So that was the Aries reading. Take what resonates. Sun, moon, rising, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Last but not never the least. Let's go on over to Taurus and let's get the bullies going. What's up? Good morning. Hello, hello, hello to all my friendly like, shares, and subscribes. Do me a favor, go on and subscribe and like and share. Share with a friend because someone needs to hear this. They need their ear beer boxed. I said beer. Somebody drinks beer. Somebody smells like beer. That's not a good smell to smell like. Okay, it smells awful. No. Somebody likes this and they like to get B-boxed in the morning. They need to hear something that's encouraging so that they can get on with the day. And they also need a few quirky things to say to some of those coworkers that always got something to say to them. It helps. It helps. All right, so now we've got the 8, which is strength, and then we've got the Tower. Somebody's got to hold on. Change is coming. And also, someone has also got to deal with it's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. They get treated, we get tricked. Some get kisses, we get kicked. It's a hard knock life. All right, Annie, here we go. So here it is. Courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength, focus, compassion, sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakenings, release, sudden insight. So someone's going to have to kind of keep a strong or straight face as they go through the next few weeks of interrogation or whatever else people are going to be asking them, because people are definitely going to be asking them, like, what the deuce, what the dealio, what the helly. Be prepared. All right. So someone's going to have to keep it together as they go through this tower, or this is what they're going to assume to be doing. They might be acting weird, but they're going to try their best to be normal. They're going to try to dress normal. They're going to try to look normal. They're going to try to walk normal. However, you're going to see them in moments of a pain. You're going to see them walking as though somebody is pushing them there and they're labored. You're going to see a pained look on their face for seconds at a time, because the realization of reality does creep in, especially when you've been delusional for certain periods of time. I don't know who needs to hear this, but get over it. Anyway, Taurus, here you go. All right, so let's get this going. And this is Taurus season. Taurus season. How are you? Hey. Luck be a lady tonight. I like Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Oh, blue eyes. Hi, dear. 7010. 7010. 7010. Let's say it again. 7010. 0107. 8. 8. Karma? Are you here? So Taurus, what's going on? You're trying to hold on to somebody. You're trying to hold on. Oh my goodness, that sounds like Mickey Mouse. It's a Mickey Mouse fight. Oh what's going on? So somebody's a character. Somebody's a clown. Somebody's a mouse. Mickey and Minnie. Mickey and Minnie? Challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. So this is what I got first. Let's keep going because I don't see it yet. So then we've got the Fool. Unlimited possibilities, new beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, pleasure. Excuse me. Challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, defense, maintaining control. New beginnings, possibility, innocence, spontaneous, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Then we've got the Ten of Swords. Painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, defeat. And this is all in Taurus. This is a lot. This is karma. Somebody's getting bad karma. Okay. So someone's challenging and they're trying to protect themselves. They're trying to maintain control. But like we said, there's unlimited possibilities and you never know what the outcome is going to be like. But someone definitely feels very betrayed. A lot of painful endings. Something is definitely going to collapse and there are no vultures here, which means that there's no carcass. The vultures usually come to feed. So when there's a carcass and the vultures haven't come to feed, that's something in itself. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, if the vultures haven't come to feed, does that say that the meat has been spoiled? I'm going to have to do some research on that. Because why is there a carcass and no one's come to feed? Everyone has distanced themselves from it. I don't want to say what I'm thinking because I don't like to be right, even though I be right a lot. The meat is spoiled. No one wants to touch it. No one wants to touch it with a long handled spoon. This is contaminated meat, isn't it? Yeah. 8. Karma. Yeah. Leo, Gemini, and Taurus. Yeah. What up, boo? What it is? Yay! I got on my Paul Frank today. Monkeys. That's what made me sing that song. You and me. I think they're from the UK though. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. So let's do it how we do on the Discovery Channel. Here we go now. Me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. So let's do it how we do on the Discovery Channel. And I also like Weird Al Yankovic too. Mind your business. Anyway. Gemini's next. What's up, y'all? What's going on? Happy morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. See, when you wake up with God every day, you just be like, let's raise the vibration. Let's get up. Yay! I don't need no distractions. All I need is Jesus. I don't need no distractions. All I need is Jesus. Yay, holler your head, yeah. Hey, holler your head, yeah. Hey, holler your head, yeah. Hey, holler your hey, hey. Woo! There you go. So, we're in Gemini and we got 2 5s. 2 5s. We got 2 5. 2 5, 2 5. 2 5, 2 5 is a 10. Who's going to give me $5? Anyway, we got the Taurus and we got the Scorpio and we've got the Sagittarius. We've got 558. I remember. Was it 558? That used to be a first 3 digits of somebody's number. Not the area code, but it was the 558 part. Somebody knows somebody with a 558 number. Them 558 numbers started a lot of trouble now, didn't it, baby? Back in the day. Them 558 numbers, yeah. We know. And they was usually ghetto numbers too, going to ghetto people. Yeah. So we got the 5. Financial loss, lack mindset, isolation, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity, and 5. And we've got regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. 5, 5. That is Taurus and Gemini. This is a Gemini reading. And this happens to be a Taurus card. Taurus, Gemini. This is a Gemini reading. And Scorpio's coming up here. Then we've got a Sagittarius. This seems to be a South Node Gemini reading. So we've got financial loss, lack mindset, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity. We've got regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, and grief. Then we've got 8, speed, rapid action, movement, swift change, manifesting quickly, quick decisions, air, travel. So this is communication. This 8 of Wands, it would be opportunities, but it's also communication. I'm going to tell you why. Communication also creates opportunities and it ends opportunities. So whatever's happening in this Gemini South Node or Taurus Gemini or whatever this is, because it's 558. Either this is somebody got a number 2, somebody is ghetto, somebody ghetto connected to this 558 number. Somebody who is not trustworthy is connected to this 558 number. Not only is it a 558, is they born in 85? Are they born May 85? Are they 40 years old and they got Gemini in their chart? Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus, Gemini, Sagittarius, or Scorpio. So I got 558. So either they 58 or they started when they was 58 or they started when they was 85. Either way, it was in May. But this is a Gemini reading. So only take what resonates. Someone going through it. And a lot of this financial loss, regret, disappointment, and all this action came through communication. It came through phone. It came through text. It came through email. It came through word of mouth. It came through whispers. It came through gossip. Whatever it is, someone used communication in the wrong way. They use social media, they use phone, they use communication, they use any and every mode, at least 8 different modes of communication to come out in the wrong. To come out with financial loss, mindset, loss, isolation, worry, need, poverty, insecurity, regret, failure, disappointment, pessimism, loss, grief. They used every form of communication to be in the wrong. This was a sun, moon, rising, whatever. Gemini, Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius reading. Take what resonates. These are the signs: Taurus, Gemini, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Someone used every mode of communication to lose everything. Whatever they did with communication, it's causing a lot of negativity in their lives. Yeah, people do get persecuted in court and litigated against for wrongful use of cell phone, social media, that forth and so on. So be mindful. Just because you can does not mean you should. And I'm surprised at how many adults I'm pretty much talking to. I'm not talking to a lot of kids here. I'm talking to adults. That's scary. All right, so let's get on over to Cancer. What's going on? What's up? What's up? Hello and good morning. Why did the Five of Pentacles come back out on y'all? And why did the Eight of Wands come back on? And why did the 585? I'm putting it back. I'm putting it back because I just did this. And I know my cards aren't sticking to that point because I am definitely shuffling. I'm going to shuffle for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make sure because I don't want the same cards coming out. Even though if the energy is the same, this is what I have to accept. Okay, let's go. So now we got a 10. Cancer. I almost should have took the 5s because it still came out the same way. Thank you, God. Thank you. I think sometimes you be trying to scare me too. I really do. I think you be trying to let me know, yeah, okay. Because he gave me 585, right? He was giving me the same exact cards back. Now, he said, okay, since you ain't want to take that, because 585 would have just, I see the 5s, that's 10. I see the 8, that's karma, right? I'm going to show you what he gave me as soon as I put that back, and I said, I'm going to shuffle a little longer. I'm going to show you what he gave me. And then he ain't give me no more numbers. He still gave me back the exact same thing in a different form. So blessed. All right, so someone's still getting this painful endings because whatever they did, it cut them out of this situation. It cut them out of a family situation. It cut them out of a happy ending. Need I say more? I just had to cut to the quick because Gemini's reading went straight into Cancer. Okay? All right. And this is the Gemini sign on this card. All right? Okay. So, like I said from Gemini's reading, painful endings, very, very painful endings due to the communication. Once again, there is no vulture, which means this is tainted meat. And whatever that communication was got this person going back into themselves and balancing out that feminine and masculine and being a Knight of Pentacles, and boom. So these people, male and female interchangeable, have gone into themselves and they good. Their hygiene is good. They ready for the next plane, boss. They're ready for the next plane. What is that? Fantasy Island. The plane, boss, the plane, boss, the plane. Right, Fantasy Island. They're ready to go get married. They're ready to go sit down on somebody's porch, drink lemonade, and raise somebody's kids or grandkids. They ain't with all this shit. They've been through enough. He know and she know. Look, at the end of the day, we got to keep our hand on these pentacles because they coming to get us, and we got to keep each other safe. You got to feel all right that the man has a dark horse, because that means he come out of retirement at any given time and put people and push people back. He can hold the line, all right? So this is the reason these people, this kind of communication, this type of person, this contaminated meat is hurt, but hurt. Want to know why? Because every mode of communication was used. And guess what? Out of all the devices they used to try to bring about a different outcome, this is how they ended up still. And good for you, because we didn't ask you to do all that. You did it all to yourself, and boom, return back to yourself, because now you don't have to share power with a person like this, and you can gallop on into your new beginning and sit on the porch and mind your business. You do not even have to drink none of the water out of the dating pool if you don't want to. But if you should, guess what? This all that need to be over there. Go forward and be great. That was you, Cancer. That was it. Sun, moon, rising. Cancer, Gemini, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aries, and Taurus. Take what resonates. That was you. Come on, Leo. Let's get it in here. Leo, because Virgo is the last one. And we're so early. It's 4:31. It is 4:31 in the morning. For those who know, we usually be late. We usually be almost like 6 o'clock. And I'm just now getting done. I figured I'd start earlier since I was up and I felt bright anyway. So we've got the Two of Pentacles coming straight out with the Capricorn energy. Then we got the Four of Pentacles coming straight out here. More Capricorn energy. All Earth just came out. So we got a 2, 4, 6, which means we're skipping. We doing leap years over here. We're leaping. 2, 4, 6. Ooh, I want to do 6 boom by. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate? Next. Shucks. That did not rhyme, but it was happy. Okay, so we got the 2, which is balancing polarities, multiple priorities, time management, adaptability, balancing decisions. So someone's definitely good at juggling. They're good at doing one or another, and they're good at transitioning from one or another. Nothing bleeds into another. They're good at compartmentalizing. They're also good at joining things together. That is good. Now we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is saving money, security, conservation, scarcity, control, frugality. Someone's not spending recklessly, which is great. I love that for you. This is good when it comes to managing any household. Just because you have the money does not mean that you need to spend it all. There needs to be things put away for an emergency. There also needs to be things put away for maintenance. Emergency and maintenance are two different things. Maintenance is things that you know are going to come down the line and they're going to happen on schedule. You know that every 3 months this needs to happen, every 9 months this needs to happen, every year this needs to happen. That's maintenance. That should not be in any way misconstrued with emergency money. Emergency money is for things that cannot be controlled, that are not on a schedule. These are two different budgets. If you should be so inclined, then you can start an annuity budget, and then later on you can put a title on it once you get it to an amount that is more comfortable for you. When I say annuity, it is something that is done not only regularly, but every year it stands to have a percentage increase. So get yourself educated with money before someone teaches you in the way that you don't want to learn. Okay? All right, keep it moving. So we got 6. That's the last card. We're going to deal with the last card. Let's get it done. Giving, receiving, sharing wealth, generosity, charity, and sharing. Sharing is caring. It all depends. It's not caring if you're oversharing and you don't have enough left for next week. And if a person is scheduling you to share, then that's not sharing at all. That's someone taking advantage of you. Never mix up the two. Sharing could be caring when you do so of your own volition, when you decide that that's what you want to do, not coerced, not manipulated, and not asked. Now, you can choose to share if someone asked you, but be prepared to be the enemy or be looked at a little funny if you say no, and be okay with being looked at like that, because it's really not your job to say yes. It's more your job to say no. Don't let that go over your head. It takes a long time to learn that. It does not matter at any age. When you learn to say no, learn to say no strongly, and let that be a whole entire sentence. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, which puts us at 10, which puts us at 12, which puts us with 3, which makes you conscious and go with God. This is good. You don't need any direction from man. We have brought you as far as you could go. God is the next step and he's the next level. Congratulations to your ascension. Pat yourself on the back. All right, so last person. Hi, Virgo. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? All right, Virgo, let's get it done. You're my last one. 813 on the screen. 813. 813 on the screen. Anybody know what we can do with those numbers? Bloop, 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 bloop. I'll let you have them. Okay, so now we got a 3, which is the 3 of Wands. Then we've got the Queen of Cups. Then we've got the 8. Order in the court. I say 813, right? I say 813. This happens. We're here, right? I say 813. I'm going to show you the cards that I just pulled out when I say 813. You ready? You ready? Look at that. Look at that. Shit. So, 3 and an 8. 3 and an 8. 3 plus 8 is what? 11. What is that? 83. What is that? 38. Okay. Something happened at the age of 38. Something happened in 83. Where are we? In Virgo's reading. There is a mosquito in the house. Annoying, monitoring spirit. Why at this moment? It's like, yeah, I think I got it. I slapped it real quick. So, why did a mosquito show up when I start saying 813? And then I draw the cards. 3, right? Which is preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, overseas opportunity. Somebody's messing with some stuff overseas. Passport. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come through with you? All right, so now we've got, that's Aries, which means emperor season, which means emperor energy, which means someone wants to be in control. I'm in charge. Somebody wants to be in control, but I'm in charge, DJ. I'm in charge. How you not gonna make me in charge? Cause it's hard out there for him when he's trying to get his money for the rent, for the Cadillac and get his money spent. Hustle and flow. God damn it, she good. So, 813, she's back again. All right, so you see this 3? That was the 3. Now we've got this
Queen of Cups. You see her in her greatness? She's got a great cup. It almost looks like hookah, but who smokes that crap? Anyway, Queen of Cups, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing, healing, emotionally stable, intuitively caring. Ooh, bet you didn't see that coming in Virgo. Did you? Did you now? So, this is Gemini, Cancer, Gemini. Okay, you'll see this quite clearly. Queen of Cups, quite clearly. My cup is running over. Quite clearly, what you fell over for? Oh, you've been caught lying and stuff, fibbing. Get out from that. You don't want nobody to see your face, nobody to see your ugly mug anymore. Cause you lie. From down there you lie. From up top I tell the truth. Anyway, so now we've got this 8. And you know this 8 is August. Hey Virgo. Hey Leo. We've got this great 8. What does this 8 say? Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. Oh, Virgo, this is Virgo's reading. Look at what we have here. We've got a Pisces signal. I wonder how Pisces fits into this whole big old picture. So like I said, the 3. Preparation, progress, foresight, enterprise, expansion, overseas opportunities. So someone has definitely taken opportunities from this Queen of Cups, or they've been trying to take opportunities and block opportunities. See, the Queen of Cups is always keeping her head down to her business, so she really does not know that someone's trying to be an overseer because he wants to be an Aries energy. This is a Virgo reading. They want to be an overseer. You see, they imagine themselves an emperor, right? But you see, this Queen of Cups, she's busy paying attention to her own thing, so she's nurturing to doing her own thing. And the karma is the 8, which means if you were minding your own cups and had your own talent and did the same exact thing this Queen of Cups did, you wouldn't be so damn disappointed. But you wanted to overlord her. You wanted to hold power over somebody you held no power over. You tried to play God in someone's life. So now you have to walk away from all these cups you tried to set up on her and go into the hills. You need to seek God. You need to go find the burning bush. Not burn a bush. Oh, what a riot. What a maroon. I used to have a Daffy Duck collection. I used to have a collection of Daffy Duck movies. I love that. Disappointment, abandonment, withdrawal, escapism, walking away, leaving behind. So someone's going to have to leave this behind. I know it hurts. It hurts, especially when you did so much legwork. And that's why people say when you go to jail, never skip leg day. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another morning with Nix. Once again, enjoying this big old disco ball of a world and how crazy it gets and how retro it gets. But I'm gonna let you go on ahead now, and remember, don't you ever in your life come by here coming for me. Hold up, got to put them on. Coming for me. Woo! Because somebody surely did definitely and indubitably. Yeah.
They spiraled you.